Amberlynn Reid. How do you know about Amberlynn Reid?
Really,
Sorry, it's just so jarring that you know Amberlynn Reid is such a niche person.
I like watching weight loss content. I like both sides of it. I like seeing people's journeys, and I also like, you know, shows like My 600 Pound Life.
You are everything that we're speaking about. What I want to speak about is an issue of what the comes into the issues what I want to talk about today. You sick man. Now I can completely get it because it is very interesting. Because when people get to non-traditional body types, I would say it's like a sight. Like a lot, I can't.
It's a bit macabre, isn't it? I think that's the word.
Mate, they've been having too many carbs.
Carbs.
The whole thing, it's quite a depressing thing. And Amberlynn Reid, she's a weight loss YouTuber, if you didn't know, who started in like 2014. She started her journey at like 300 pounds, and in 2022 she's like 500 pounds. It's quite an obscure. You're trying not to laugh right now, aren't you? let it out.
It's just
it's quite insane.
It's just gone wrong.
So there's a lot of things here which you can say are.
I will say, I think the problem with Amberlynn Reid is she started off the channel as a weight loss journey when it should have just been, here's me vlogging.
Well, this is the thing, right? Now, we were speaking about literally about 2 hours ago about my weight loss journey and how much of a big fat bastard I was. There was a photo, and I'll show it on screen now. I'm not really comfortable with it, but it's on YouTube in a video of hundreds of thousands of views. In that photo, I'm a big boy.
Well, you're a lot bigger than you are now. You look very swollen.
Yeah, I look like a balloon has gone on my head or something like that. And the thing is, right, a lot of people get upset when you say something like that. Being at that way, it's not good for you. It's not healthy. It's bad for your long-term health. And I'm not saying like you can't be happy at that weight, and I would never belittle somebody. But for me personally, I know that me being at that weight was bad for me. But the same can be said for overly skinny people. It's not just being overweight. It's also being underweight, which is, I think, is a problem of an argument which a lot of people don't like to speak about. Now, the problem is as you said to me, you like the series of like a 600-pound person or some sisters or something like that.
Super size versus super skinny.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It's just intriguing, isn't it?
That's it. It's intriguing. And the problem is, somebody like Amberlynn Reid, right? She is somebody who is constantly on another diet every single week. She has failed every single diet in existence. And there are two arguments I can come up from there. As somebody that has gone on weight loss journeys and is still trying to lose weight, because I have gained some weight back, not much, but it's it's still a scary process. I have failed the same diet multiple times. I've never done more than one different diet because I know what works for me. But like I know how sad and such a repetitive cycle it can be, and it can make you just binge and binge and binge after you fail those diets. But Amberlynn, there's also the problem of like, so these videos have all come out in the last 2 months. 500 pounds reset, everything I ate today with calories, weight loss surgery update, no more fad diets, I quit Weight Watchers. And then there was a bunch of other videos about specific diets that she's doing this and that. And it's like, you can make the argument that she is going for a toxic cycle, but she also doing this because she knows that this content that she's making is going to get viewed by a lot of people out there.
I don't think it's just that though, because I've been through it before. Obviously, I'm not like slimmest guy in the world by any stretch. You know, I'm a bit of a chubby. It fluctuates, but I find it more successful when I don't tell anyone what I'm doing and I just get on with it. But I think the issue is when you come out and say, I'm doing this diet and I'm going to stick to this way and I'm going to have this and it's a lifestyle change and I'm never going to go back.
And the reason people do that, and the reason I do that and you do that and anyone else does that.
We all do it. I've done it before.
But there's a brain reason to it. There's an actual psychological reason. So by us saying, I'm going to do this tomorrow, because it doesn't have to be weight loss, it can be, I'm going to do my work tomorrow. You tell yourself that and it releases a certain chemical into your brain, which is actually like the same chemical satisfaction of thinking that you've done it. I believe it's something on those lines either way. You've got that nice warm feeling, but when you don't do it, you feel 4 times worse.
Well, that's the issue, and I think someone like Amberlyn, she like puts so much pressure on herself to stick to that when she doesn't, she's just like, what's the point? Let's get fucked up. Yeah. And then, like, she's like...
But then you can also have the argument of like, she's a very drama-centric person as well. This is the thing. She built a channel designed for weight loss and stuff like that, but it's just drama. And like, as much as I do personally think a lot of the criticisms of her are absolutely bizarre, as somebody that did like an hour and a half iceberg video on her, I know the ins and outs, and like some of the things that people don't like her for are ridiculous, but there are some things that are justified to not like her. My issue is like, I think that her channel is an example of what you brought up of people being like, oh, I find the content fascinating, which is perfectly fine because it is fascinating, but people will see that and I think exploit their own body into then to get views. People like Nikocado Avocado, for example. Look at the state of his channel, man. The bloke not only like cosplays disabled people, it's like a weird brand of like fetish size of content that people love, and I think even if Amberlynn doesn't realize that she's doing it, it's just again and again. It's happened again recently with her failing more and more diets. It's just like, I think that this content just it is like a vicious cycle of...
You sort of see humans out there like absolute pinnacle of being as far away as possible from what they should be, because I'm telling you, when I'm going through like my moments where, because it is, you do get into a state where you're just like, I don't know, you're binge eating, and because you're stressed, you can't.
Have you had family members be like, I don't know about you, but I've had family members be like, you need to like sort your weight out, or I'm worried about your weight, or something.
Oh yeah,
like
I was a lot worse for my weight when I was like in like 10 or 11 at school.
Yeah,
and
same,
like,
same.
They'd call you like fat, and the only thing that would make you feel better is eating.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and this is and it's like, calling somebody fat isn't going to help. And I think bullying Amberlynn, this is applied to everybody. It's like, I think mostly I am like concerned, for one, that not only is there a YouTuber here who is going through a vicious diet cycle, which I've been through, which you have been through, which a lot of other people have been through, but then you can say her channel is also bad because it could possibly promote other channels, shows where people do what Amberlynn does for money, and they're never going to help themselves, and they're going to damage their own bodies, and the cycle, it continues with another person, and you're going to get people damaging their bodies just at the pursuit of money and monetization, views, and all that sort of thing. And you can say I'm reaching, but this is a thing. As you just said, the moment we went into this, you love those shows because it is fascinating, and people like Tammy Slayton exist.
Oh yeah, if you see that you're getting money by doing these things, you're going to carry on, aren't you?
Absolutely. And I think that I do think that Amberlynn is also in a state of like, because if you go through her channel and it is all just like sad related content. I got bad news, £500 reset. We've got a lot to talk about, sad in the thumbnail, how I truly feel, weight loss surgeries. There's so much here. But there occasionally is a good one, like a nice one. But I think she is like in a state of where she genuinely believes that if she doesn't do this content, she's going to lose her form of revenue, which I think isn't true. I think if somebody like her or Nikocado Avocado went on like this mad, not a weight loss journey, but just like a journey of like becoming a better version of themselves. It doesn't mean they have to lose weight, but it means that they not only don't make this style content, which other people can be inspired by and make themselves and damage themselves, but it also just means their lifestyle is healthier. I always say to somebody, I'm guilty of not doing this myself, but like, if I was to give good advice to somebody, it would be like, don't focus on just losing a bunch of weight. Focus on changing your lifestyle, because if you change your lifestyle, it's sustainable, and it's going to be a longer process, but you'll feel better about it. You won't gain it all back. Don't do a weight loss Instagram or YouTube. As much as like they are tempting, you can do weight loss posts. But this is just what Amberlynn has done here is why it goes wrong.
I genuinely think like when I have my moments of gaining quite a bit of weight in a short amount of time, there's usually other things going on in my life that are causing that. I'm not doing it just because I realise I fucking love food so much. Because I still love food.
Well, I actually have I don't know if I can say this without being edgy. I think I have an undiagnosed binge eating disorder. I am genuine. I think I've spoken to you this about before. I am genuinely so bad at binge eating, and it is very emotion based a lot of the time, but sometimes it's just not. Sometimes I just want to eat a load of food. I go on low carb diets because it controls my cravings, my sugar, I don't have sugar spikes as much. But when I'm outside of that, like I'm so bad at binge eating, and I gain weight quickly because of it. I gained so much weight in such a quick period of time between 2019 and 2020 because of binge eating. And people don't even realize when they're binge eating. And I think even with people like Amberlynn, based on her channel, she doesn't either. People will go to McDonald's, eat so much food, and you'll think because it's just one meal, it's not.
Yeah,
but like,
I'm like that. I can go most of the day without eating, but as soon as I have one thing, I have to eat like 2,000 calories at once. It's insane.
Yeah, like when you go to McDonald's, you get like, say you get like 5 chicken selects, you get large fries. That's like 1,500 calories there alone, man.
Yeah.
And then I'll get a McFlurry on top of it. I might get some cheese bites. We're going into the 2.5Ks there for tons of calories. Like, it's bad. So when I see channels like Amberlynn, I know people don't like her. I genuinely do feel bad for her as much as people do hate her. And I do think people do dislike her for some genuine reasons.
People like these off camera must be aware of what's going on.
They are, and I think that's why she makes these videos, because right now I think she is going for a weight loss surgery thing, but
she said herself in her videos that she feels terrible sometimes when she like goes on the scales.
And this is you're going to. It's a vicious cycle for monetary reasons, but also for personal reasons. Amberlynn Reid doesn't want to be doing this. There's no way in 2014 she was like, I'm going to set up this master plan. I think the channel was started with genuine intentions, but now it's like this person needs serious help, and it's like not even an exaggeration. And they've gone to people for help. This is the problem when people say, well, she does try and get help, but she rejects it. This is the thing. She'll go to somebody for help. They'll give them genuine advice. She'll be on a good path, and then she'll just stop. And then a week later, she'll be like, I gained weight. I'm going on to this.
See that a lot with the weight loss journeys, and like, you know, I've not to the same extent, but personally, as soon as you like fail or you have a little hiccup, it can derail the entire.
Yeah, you are like, for example, you'll eat like one bad thing in that day, but then you'll be like, oh, a bad thing. I'm gonna go eat a lot of other bad things.
And then you're like, oh, I'll be alright tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's the weekend. I'll just start again next week.
Exactly.
And you just give up.
It is like a continuous cycle, and I think that cycle is what started this channel. But I do strongly believe that she does a lot of things deliberately, like the diet stuff, and I think a lot of it is bait. I think she does want to lose weight, and I think she genuinely does try to, but I think that she also is so scared of losing her platform if she does lose weight, and she also is very aware that if she mentions certain diets or fad diets, that it's going to get views, it's going to get money, and it does anger people. I can completely get it, because this style of content has probably sent people into a lot of bad places, and it's also contributed to a genre of content which is very negative for people of certain body types.
Yeah, I can completely see why watching that stuff's going to put some people in an absolute horrible
I have had people say to me that they watch videos like Nikocado Avocado because they remind themselves that they want to stay skinny. That's like a wild thing that people do that, but they do, and it's like it's wild on all forms of angles of her channel. I do think that she just needs help, but again, she'll probably just get the help and then reject it a week later and be on to something else. It's a never-ending cycle, and she says she's getting weight loss surgery, but it's like, I don't think the issues are going to end there. I think a lot of it is not. It's not just weight. It's deep lining psychological issues.
You know, I said 5-10 minutes ago. Usually, there's other stuff going on in people's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I can't say for sure whether that's in her situation.
Oh no, mate, trust me. Somebody that's done an iceberg on this woman, there is a lot going on there, 100%. There is a lot of sad things there. Like, she had cancer, and people were starting rumors that she lied about having cancer, and she had to go on camera crying, showing her proof of diagnosis, which is just sick.
I mean, that's just sad, isn't it? That's just so sad.
It's just sick, and it's like, you can be critical, but you don't need to go so far with it.
What I found has helped more with weight loss is when you're not even necessarily trying, you're just having a better time in your life, because you don't even think about food.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just end up getting into a normal routine.
That when I first lost weight, that it was great because I wasn't thinking about it as much, and when you get to a certain weight, you can be a bit more comfortable with it, but you just stick to a lifestyle routine, and you're all good. And I think my advice to her would be like, I've said it a million times, but she just needs to realize, for one, people would just support a healthier lifestyle journey, but I think it's just impossible at this point because she's shit scared that she's going to lose all of her money.
You can see like why.
Yeah, because this is all she knows. Like, it's a really, really sad story. This is all she knows, but sadly, that is going to negatively impact a lot of people.
Yeah, I think when you get sucked into being that type of content creator, you sort of don't know
she
any
becomes
other way.
She's like do you know the phrase lolcow? That's pretty much what she is now. It's basically a person that is only known for being dramatic sort of thing, and that's exactly what she is. She's the pinnacle of that, man, and it's just really sad. And like, I try to not be hypercritical about her. Sometimes it's funny to speak, like, she had like beef with Nikocado Avocado, funny enough, but Nick even makes fun of her and stuff. But like, I just feel sad when I look at something like this because it reminds me of a lot of the stuff to do with myself, but it also is just sad in general. I think if you don't look at this and feel a little bit empathetic and sad, I don't know what I can really say to help you.
I can tell you now, stuff like this probably was not as prevalent before the internet, was it?
Absolutely not. And that's the whole thing of what I mean about the financial stuff. Like, you couldn't go on the internet and like financially benefit off your weight loss journey, but also the fact that people know that they can make money off it is just going to make it increasingly more popular of a trend to do and make people feel even more bad about themselves. But yeah, I think we're coming towards the end of the show because we've been going for a while now.